Hello YouTube, hello Twitch, it's some more opening day Hearthstone. We're playing Arcane Druid right now. And I think this deck could be pretty spooky. It's another one of the Starship decks, but I don't really see it as one of the rest of the gang of the Starships. Mainly because most of the other Starships are like these huge value turns where all the pieces combine together to make something fantastic. My Starship deck, I've actually not got one of the pieces in it. I've cut Shatari's Cloakfield from my deck. I don't think the effect is actually strong enough on the minion, nor do I think you're going to get a big enough minion to really care about the elusive being on the Starlight Reactor. So I've actually just completely cut this card. I think there's actually two ways to go about it. You could either go really hard in making the Starlight Reactor really hard to remove, in which case you put the Cloakfield in and you put the Divine Shield piece in as well, or you go slim as I do it. We go for the Arcane Recasters instead, and in which case we're kind of looking at this like some sort of combo-ish deck, but not an OTK type deck, just we're going to try and combo a bunch of arcane spells together. In particular, the arcane spells we're going to be comboing together is Cosmic Phenomenon, which I think is a monstrous spell if we can get it off twice with the Starlight Reactor. Distress Signal is also pretty strong, especially with the Cosmic Phenomenon fulfilling the board. So they're probably two of the big ones. And then the final like really big value push is Final Frontier. Find some 10 cost minions from the past, and typically speaking 10 cost minions in the past are pretty good cards, so yeah, I think there is a lot of value to be had. I've then like filled up the deck with some other cards around like some sort of like ramp-ish package. Like I've got New Heights in here as well. No 2-drops, by the way. I did not fit a 2-drop into this deck. We're going to just try and scale with New Heights. We're going to try and scale with Crystal Cluster. Try and survive with Sleep Under the Stars. Mr. Vista is also in here with no mage spells, just to try and recast some of these arcane spells, or just spells in general to give me enough value. And if we can stabilize, well, if we can get to the point, you know, of like 10, 9 mana crystals, we have stabilization in the form of Ziliax. The X-Star, even though, you know, we're probably not going to launch this for armor, but if we're desperate, we could get some armor from the Exodar. I have also got Arkonite Defense Crystal for more armor as well. I think more realistic though, the Star in this case, we will be launching it for the pieces back because we really want as many Starlight Reactors as is humanly possible. And that's a good way to get Starlight Reactors. And then finally, if we run out of all of this stuff, and I think there's a realistic world with this deck that I could draw through the deck pretty quickly. I've got Kil'jaeden in the deck. I've still yet to play Kil'jaeden, but maybe today will be the day. Let's roll. Also worth noting, part of the reason why I picked this right now is I've not seen anyone else playing Arcane Druid yet on the opening day, so I thought we'd have a look at how it was performing. Or at least my version of it. Oh, one other final thing I want to mention actually on this deck. My original version, I think the best list of this deck doesn't have Othar in it, because there's so many bad arcane spell results that I didn't really want it in my deck. Well, I thought because it's new card, I will put it in my deck, but there's definitely a world where you don't put Othar in your deck. And because I put Othar in the deck, I definitely wanted to put another Starship piece. Which is also partially why I'm keeping the Starship piece in my hand right now. Now, is this a Libram Paladin I'm spotting? Because if it is, then we've got a pretty good chance based on what I saw from Libram Paladin, which was not that impressive when I played it. They were a bit slow out of the gates. And you do not want to be slow out of the gates into Druid. Yep. Okay. Well, they've got early weapon. So they have that going for them. He's about as good as you can hope for Libram Paladin. I, on the other hand, am not drawing any of my... I guess I've not got really any early game. Mine's really like classic big Druid list right now. I just don't do anything for the first 3 turns. Oh wow, that's actually a pretty spooky opening for them. But you know what? I'm going to throw an Arkonite Defense Crystal in your face and see how you like that.
In the great dark beyond, there is still light.
Probably should have ramped with Malfurion's gift like 8 turns ago. You're right, I should have done. But you know what? I can do this now. Ramp. Then honestly, I think I'm going to outvalue Libram Paladin, so I'll make a little control trade. By the way, this Starship piece as well takes up a slot on the board for Cosmic Phenomenon to make it even better. Okay, they made the right play there as well, I think. That they didn't swing with the other weapon, they broke it and then swung with the new one. Where's my hand right now? My hand is really scuffed. If only I could fill my board.
What is the best way?
Well, Yasharaj isn't going to do anything. I guess we're going to take Tarantus. And we'll make a trade. Alright. As I said, all we need to do is live till the late game and then we win. Because we have Yogg. We'll just steal their Libram buffed card and then beat them because they have no answer to that. Quite. It depends how they've built it. My slight worry with this deck, by the way, was not drawing a Starlight Reactor.
Oh, well, that can't be good.
And I think if you don't draw the Starlight Reactor, the deck's going to feel pretty bad.
I loathe mistakes.
Alright, Druid doing some very fair things. 1 mana 14/14 Taunt Elusive. Enjoy, Paladin.
There is time for prayer.
Ah, that I have to be a bit careful of now, because they will actually have an option for dealing with Ginormous Friend.
These texts! I cannot read them.
Alright, well done, Paladin. You've had the best opening you possibly could have ever had. And you're still going to lose this game. What? They burnt that? You're crazy. Actually deserve to lose. Knowing what my deck is, maybe they don't know what my deck is, but it's actually a crazy decision. Alright, 10 mana for 6/3/4s. Is that a good deal? I mean, it's 12/24 in stats, right? Wait, that's not right. It's 18/24 in stats. Not bad. We have been very much a Starlight Reactor waiting room now.
Wrangling.
Shall light our way.
Finally, Starlight Reactor has shown up. I do get 2 swings of Final Frontier here. But I think we should wait. And I think this removes more damage off the board than stealing the 8/8.
consume you!
Okay. I'll play it. You can get on the board. Enjoy. I also have Ziliax as well, just to, you know, restore a bit of health. I need to be a bit careful because I'm going to assume Linessa's in that deck. Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
There appears to be no signs of intelligent life
The
here.
stars above shall light our way.
Reporting for duty.
Now Innervate also shows up. I mean, I just have to kill that, right? Although, if I just kill that and leave the board, I think we're going to lose, because he's just going to play 6/6 on these minions. He does have to break through me, though. And he's only got 2 cards left in hand. We might be able to stabilize here. Put a bear on the board as well. We played that deck and it's very hard for it to come back against opponents. We can out-tempo them, potentially. The 3/3s are pretty bad. Okay, amateurs. Why did I not put amateurs in my deck, by the way? Oh my god, that's actually pretty brutal. Okay. Okay, it's pretty good. Why did I not put amateurs in my deck? Alright, Starlight Reactor into Final Frontier. You're going to win me the game, okay? That's your job right now. Find me a 10-drop that solves this scenario. Wait, am I dead? No. Thank you for showing up, by the way, Sleep Under the Stars. I thought you didn't exist. Wouldn't mind another refresh here, by the way. Okay, that's 2 more.
Time is running out.
Help me. I don't have the mana to play this. Ah, it didn't matter. It didn't save me anyway. I couldn't figure it out quite fast enough. Mainly because, you know what? The animations kind of fucked me a little bit there. Because I didn't have time to play the other Sleep Under the Stars to get more stuff. I was really trying to fish for Yogg, to be honest with you, the old Yogg of casting random spells for every spell you've cast during the game. So I wanted to cast as many spells as possible, but I can't believe Libram Paladin. Well, I guess I can't believe Libram Paladin beat me. Libram Paladin beat Starlight Reactor, Arcane Druid, who didn't draw the Starlight Reactor for 90% of the game. And also had the greatest opening they possibly could have had. I will say, why did I not put Amethyst in my version, though? They didn't have the rogue package in as well. Maybe the rogue package is actually just troll. Maybe duplicating the Leerums is just not necessary. Maybe that's what I did wrong. I had too many cards that just didn't do anything. Okay. Considering how important the reactor was then, maybe we will do a little mulligan for it. We're definitely going to coin New Heights next turn. Elemental Mage, really? You deserved an adaptive amalgam, honestly.
I'll blast you out of orbit.
Wow. Okay, that's in their deck, but they also got Synthesize, so they don't care about burning Synthesize, I suppose. Which, you know what, is a fair assessment, I suppose. I also think the other thing I misplayed last game was not just burning that, like, as soon as I possibly could do it. I got a Final Frontier on turn 6. Anyone got a problem with that?
I'll blast you out of orbit.
Like, I think this is bad for just normal Elemental Mage. If it's not the Fire version, because you're probably going to break your Elemental stuff, right? Nope, we're not taking Deathwing. We'll be taking Tarantus, funnily enough. So far, 2, well, I guess more than 2, but effectively 2 10-drops discovered, both of them Tarantus. I say effectively 2, because we also discovered a third one, but it didn't help me, so I just picked anything. Wow. The Turbulus from Synthesize, cool. Also, in that last game, you know what? We didn't draw Sleep Under the Stars. That's a really good card. Refill me, please. If I go back up to 6, that doesn't really help me, right? Double Starlight Reactor, though, is pretty spicy. Now it would have done, if I'd got the Innervate with it. Three, 6, 8. We'll get 5 armor. Funnily enough, this is going to go face as well. I guess I could have got 3 refresh Innervate Distress Signal, but... What the hell? What? Where's... What? That's in your deck? Wait, what am I looking at here? Why is hidden objects in your deck? What just happened? Anyway, we'll do a little Starlight Reactor. Of course. You know what? It's actually still fine. I had to break it eventually. In that case, we go big.
I see the beauty in every grain of sand.
Rayla is in that deck. Interesting.
The storm is in me.
I'd rather you not have Rayla, to be completely honest with you, but I can't deal with that. So I guess we're just going to leave it. Big board, please. Pretty big board. That's a nice cleavable thing as well. I don't think I need to do anything with the 2 mana, so we'll just leave there. I don't love leaving Rayla up here, as I said, but if I'm really desperate, we can do something about it. Sure, fireball it. Unironically, it doesn't matter anymore. Well, it mainly doesn't matter anymore. Okay.
Away so easily.
We can deal with some of this shit right now. You should probably go here. You should probably go here. You cleave. And that feels pretty good. Alright, this... the opponent is cooking. I guess until I get Final Frontier right now, we might as well just leave our guys in here. Doesn't really bother me. They played their own cleave there, by the way. Good play. Nothing here worth stealing. This might be a really boring play, but...
What is the best way?
I think that's the right play, and we just send it face. It's a mage. How are they going to recover? I mean, there is ways to recover in mage, but it's not that easy.
This is where the fun begins.
Oh, okay. It's like the Draenei mage deck. Okay, you know what? I'm actually back in on this now.
On my right.
There was some stuff I didn't expect to see. But maybe it's because it was generated by something else and I just wasn't paying attention. By the way, we can giga-fuck these guys. If I just steal their Draenei mage guy. Okay, we can do stuff here. Do I want to launch the spaceship again? I suppose I do now I've got Final Frontier.
You win this.
Now that I think about it, did I have Lethal on board? I wasn't paying attention. I definitely would have misplayed there. But I did leave them very, very low. Still not played Kill Dryden. Just as I'll let you know, YouTube. 3 hours, 10 minutes into the opening day now. Still not played it. In its defense, though, I did kind of like allude to the fact that it might not get played. It was really a card that you needed if you were in a control matchup. Like, if I go against a Druid, the same thing as me, the Arcane Druid, I'm going to lose if they have Kill Dryden and I don't, so I kind of have to put it in my deck, but maybe you put it in as an ETC card. I think that's maybe one thing I'm starting to accept now, that you just put it in ETC for a matchup where you expect to go indefinite rather than put it into your base deck. Also, I think my game has had a big unhappiness. Let me restart it. Normally that just goes indefinitely for me when I don't get a game in like a minute, especially around wherever I am right now, silver. It shouldn't take me more than, on a reveal day as well, or the release day, sorry. It shouldn't take me more than a minute to find a game in silver. It's swarming with elemental mages and elemental shamans down there. I'm sure the Hearthstone team can, you know, spend some time to find me one of those opponents.
Come, sit
Actually, now that I think about it, elemental shaman's probably a really bad matchup for me if I do get that. So don't give me elemental shaman. Only because it's effectively a combo deck, right? And I'm kind of a control deck. And I don't really have any disruption for combo decks. So I'd probably just lose. Although, I say, we could potentially get into a world where we just get an incredible amount of armor and then we just can't lose to them. So, I don't know how that matchup's going to go. Right, Revenge on Paladins. That's what we're going to get here. We're going to beat Libram Paladin. We lost the previous time to the most disgusting opening of Libram Paladin possible. Okay, never mind. Maybe we're going to lose. Not the mulligan I was desiring there. It's fine. We're a druid. We'll just do something disgusting around turn 7. And then win the game. Oh my god, what is this opening? Alright, Final Frontier on 6. That's pretty disgusting. I get to play a 10-drop from the past on 7. That might win us a game.
One dose solves any problem.
I have to hit this. Well, I don't have to, but I'm going to hit this. My Pendant is also getting worse and worse and worse because there's only like 3 cards in the deck now that this is going to give me any good health off. Oh, Kuljide and Ionar. Yeah, and Vista it's 5. Crazy. Have I confused my opponent? Or has the game crashed? Which one are we going to go with? Ah, game not crashed. Okay, I've confused my opponent. He has seen the mic that is the Druid portrait and has Alt F4'd the game. And rightly so, if he'd seen my hand.
Move quickly.
He'd have known he was in trouble. The sad thing is, if he rejoins right now, he might actually still beat me. Okay, he probably doesn't anymore. Or at least it's going to be more challenging, let's put it that way. Especially if you're a Libram Paladin, which I believe they are. Taking the first 4 turns off is pretty brutal. Alright, we play Final Frontier, and we win on turn 7. We win on this turn. Well, that is the funny play. However, it's the wrong play. I think this is the most despairing play I can do right now. I promise you if I get to do Yogg again, I will take Yogg next time, but I just couldn't right now. I've only cast like 2 spells anyway. But yeah, good luck dealing with this Paladin.
There is time for prayer and time for action.
Okay, I'm going to assume Lumia is not in that deck. That ramps me to 10. I'm not doing anything else this turn, so you know what? Send it.
My hand is too full.
Oh, you built a Libram. What a shame. Oh, you're going to have to hit this with your face.
One dose solves any problem.
Okay, well, what is the most disappointing thing I can do to my opponent? I guess it might be Zilliaxing. That's pretty much despair as well. Okay, we'll do this. Ah, the old X-Arch. I've not played you yet. 3, we can go up again. Three mana crystals or armor? I get 3 mana crystals. I could put some taunt lords on the board. You know what? Boring play, but let's get the starship built a bit. Othar does something. Also, it blocks the 3-3 trading into the 10-1. The alternate way of doing that was just to swipe it with Malfurion's gift, but we can save that for a rainy day. Even if he gets through this, he's got to swing on the reborn thing still, so... I don't really know what Libram Paladin can do about this. I suspect not a lot is the answer. Now, if they were smart unlike me and they put Amethyst in the deck, Amethyst would be a pretty good shout right now.
I will not forsake.
They did put Amethyst in the deck. It's still pretty despairing, by the way, if they trade into this. I don't know if they're aware of this, because that'll come back as a 10-1. Yeah, don't swing into that. Don't kill my own board, please, Yogg. Yogg, you're stupid. Did I only have 1 corpse? That's funny. Okay, well, we're cooking, okay?
Open your minds to the light.
I can't believe I only had 1 corpse by turn 8. That's crazy.
A world once lost can be reborn.
Lumia? Excuse me? What is this
I cannot
late game Libram Paladin deck that I see? Doesn't matter, we still win. Oh wait, we don't win. Hang on a minute. I'm 1 off lethal. Huh. Can't kill him. Huh. That's funny. Wait, this does it, right? Yeah, this is fine. Sorry, I'm done. Because they don't like steal because of the Divine Shield. It's still not lethal, though.
You will be punished.
I bet you there was lethal there. You know what? I should probably have just fished with Exarch for a answer.
Time is running out.
3, 6, 8. I'm just toying with whether or not I want to draw right now and just throw away Malfurion's gift. I think I do. Oh, I forgot.
Be reborn in my image.
I forgot I've got a bunch of random cards in my deck now. Oh well. Mr. Vista is pretty much... I mean, this is game. There's no way Libram Paladin recovers from this. A quality consecration, I guess, is the out on this turn, but it's still like, you know, you need to taunt up as well. You're on 1 health. I can just button you down. So you need to both lifesteal or taunt, clear my board. It's just not happening. I don't even think Yogg would be a good play here, because well, they could steal my Yogg and then make my Yogg hit all the minions, but Amethyst is probably going to keep them alive anyway, so like... I'm fairly certain there was like nothing Paladin could have done in that scenario. A quality consecration was the best out. And then in trading. The other good out would have been to actually play the first 4 turns. Oh well, 2 and 1. Very much deserved. Okay, so I'm going to assume it's Draenei.
Show me your strength.
I'm actually toying with keeping this as well. These 3 cards. I think I'm going to. I really don't have an early game, to be completely honest with you. I just need to ramp.
Day of gloom and death. Delightful. This is not a Hallows Eve costume. It is my dream.
Okay, this could be a problem. They might get underneath me. That will help, though. We're going to coin New Heights, that's for certain. If I can cast Sleep Under the Stars and recover from that, then we win the game, I think. It's just a race, kind of. Kil'jaeden, you are not necessarily in this matchup, but nice of you to show up. Funnily enough, I nearly had Ceaseless Expanse in this deck because of Pendant of the Earth, that you could hit Ceaseless and it's basically a full heal. Unless you have more than 100 health, which is very, very, very unlikely. Alright, we're going to take a chill turn. And then pray to all that is mighty. I survived through the Mr. Vista turn. And that's actually a pretty slow turn, so you know what? I'm happy with this.
The best view comes under the hardest climb.
Pendant for something big. Will you recover from there?
Strap yourselves in.
Ah, that's a 12-8. What have you got? You have Lifesteal and Taunt. Fair enough. I don't think this is going to help me, though. I can't play it. 6, 18. I have to push the button or I die. If we live one more turn, maybe we recover.
Return to the ship at once.
We will strike doom in the face.
Right, I don't think any card saves me now. Actually wasn't a million miles away, though, is the funny thing. We could go for a final Frontier and Pray. I guess that's the only option now. Because Sleep only gives me 50 in armor. Which isn't enough. Yeah. Come on.
The fires of glory! This came as a surprise.
Alright. Honestly, I kind of deserved that. It was honestly the expected outcome. My deck is so greedy. And I got punished for greed.
Versus Rexar. I hear the call.
Now a hunter.
Show me
A hunter might be greedy as well. I'm going to keep Mr. Vista as well. I think it's actually a pretty important card. Or it can be. Now, Kil'jaeden is not an important card. I'm beginning to learn. The more and more I'm playing. Unless I go up against someone who's psycho enough to play a similar deck to me. Which I haven't yet. I'm actually quite surprised by how few control decks I've gone up against. Okay, time to ramp. We'll use New Heights.
Job done.
Oh. Okay. Sure.
the best you comes under the heart.
I don't know what to expect. I guess you're gonna buff the cow? Yes. Alright, I like it. We want to be casting spells. I'll take 6.
I know my strength.
I get the feeling there are a lot of board buff cards in that deck, so we'll deal with the cattle now. Sleep is almost certainly what I'm playing next turn, because it's so good with Mr. Vista. I'd like to, in this sequence as well, play Cosmic Phenomenon if I can. Hello again. Okay. Okay, sure. Have your extra guy. That's fine. Alright, I passed my turn effectively, but when Mr. Vista pops, you're not going to stop. Also, I can ENR next turn. It's not a great ENR, to be honest with you, with a poisonous minion on the board, but we might just have to do it for a reset.
Witness true arcane magic. How enigmatic.
Cool. We probably want to use this swipe before I lose it. So I think I will.
I know my strength.
What do we got behind this? Of course it's you still. I don't know why I thought it was going to be different. Of course not. Again, I'd love to do something with this. Like, duplicating it, but I guess I won't. Ha! Hang on a minute. If I coon, that seems pretty disgusting. Okay, let's do Disgusto thing. I don't trust what my opponent is up to. I'm going to heal. If I knew exactly what my opponent was up to, I probably wouldn't have healed. It's still really disgusting what I just did to my opponent. Oh, it's the Starship deck. Oh, I get it now. This is why you've got the Death Rattle stuff and you wanted to buff your minions. Oh, it's all come together now. Okay, I see. I see what you're up to. Oh, look at this value. Endless cattle. Alright. That seems pretty strong. And so does... Actually, I should use you first. Do I want to draw some spells? Probably, right?
The beauty of nature.
Now we play one of these. Alright, Hunter. Good luck dealing with this board.
As a gracious host, I will tend to you.
I like it. I actually really like the idea of it. Now that I understand what they're doing, it actually makes perfect sense.
How entertaining.
It's just unfortunate because the starships are such low tempo, as I guess my opponents found out, that he can't get his big play off until the end game, but my big play was more unfair than his, so he can't win. Anyway, 3 and 2. Alright, we'll probably go for one more YouTube. See if we can go 4 and 2 again. It'd make me feel a lot better if we could go 4 and 2 with this one after the first Libra Paladin deck. I think when you accumulated everything together it was like 3 and 6 or something like that. Realistically, it was more like 3 and 7. Ah, nice. A Paladin to bully as well.
I'm bringing justice to this wasteland.
Perfect.
Show me your strength.
By the way, I don't think my list is actually great. I think there's definitely stuff that should be changed in it. That being said, I'm fairly certain if you want this to work, you have to be pretty greedy with it all, so... Like, I literally have no early game. I just have to stabilize. It's kind of what my deck is. It's just stabilize. I punish anyone else that's trying to play greedily. Well, if you play aggressive, you can beat me. Why is mining casualties in the Paladin deck? Unless it's... Huh. Unless it's the Flood Paladin. That might have been the wrong play, by the way. I was toying with Innervate Distress Signal pushing the button. I'd really like to miss the Vista next turn. And we are going to. If I can miss the Vista into Crystal Cluster, into Sleep Under the Stars the turn afterwards, we're in, like... We are going to win territory. Because it's just so disgusting. I just need to live through 2 turns. This being one of them.
In the great dark
Okay, it was a Libra Paladin. Mining casualties, though. Interesting card to put in. It's not a holy spell either. Oh, maybe they put Lunesta in it and they wanted a cheap spell. Maybe that's it. Also, I've just realized my math is wrong. I can't crystal cluster into Sleep Under the Stars. I forgot I innovated one of the turns. That's okay, though. We'll just play the best tempo play, which I think is that. And then I'll crystal cluster next turn. And then we'll just use Sleep to draw a bunch of cards. It's not the end of the world.
Our souls are scattered across the universe.
So that's going to be another... That's too slow. You're cheating out. You played 1 mana 1/1 and played 4 mana 4/2. It's too slow, Paladin. I don't know what order this goes in, by the way. Hopefully it goes in a good order for me. Because if I get the crystal first, it will fill up the board, I think. Actually, no, it won't. It doesn't matter. It won't fill up the board, because they'll trade. They'll only get 2 crystal guys and 3, yeah. I'm only going to get 5 minions. Okay, that's fine. It's still 5 minions.
The light will
Ah, Velen. This is the first time I've seen Velen today as well. There we go. So close to some additional support. Oh well. Draw me cards, please. Good sir. 3, 6, 7. Draw me 2 more cards, please. Alright, that is that's a board, okay? And what's Libram Paladin going to do about this? You're not going to have a quality consecration. That's what I thought. You have a silly 3 mana 2/3 weapon, which is one of the best cards in your deck.
It's time to raise the stakes.
Guess they really wanted Velen. Oh, value. No, I don't... hang on a minute. Before I just dump this onto the board. This does change the mass if I do this. Because now I can trade a 4/8 in. That's the card I need. And again, Libram Paladin has no catch-up. Well, that's not quite true, but they don't have much catch-up. So what are they going to do about this board? I definitely got my Libram Paladin build wrong. I think I can make it better. In fact, I will go back and make it better at some point. But I'm 99% certain this is not the way to do it, to make it as more of a value-orientated deck. I think you just have to go aggressive with it. You have to try and get under people. You won't win the value matchup versus me. Except for that one time they won the value matchup versus me, but that was an oddity, okay? Like, it's all well and good you playing like these Grill Masters and stuff and Velen for like tech cards to get your Librams down to like disgustingly cheap, but you don't really protect the face, and that's kind of the big issue. You need to be able to protect your face as well. That being said, they're having a pretty good go at it right now. They're still dead, I think, but they've done pretty well.
Our souls are scattered across the universe.
I cannot read them.
You are mighty.
Your win, friend. I can see.
Okay. Honestly, I think I read somewhat the game pretty well, so to speak. I did say this Arcane Druid deck can be pretty disgusting, and that's what we've seen. In a few of these 4 games, we were, like, truly doing disgusting things. At the same time, I did mention, you know, if you don't get this, like, perfect combo, you just fall over, and that indeed has happened. We've either, like, crushed people or been crushed. There's, like, no intermediate with the deck. And that's kind of really what Druid does, right? You just try and play that game where you ramp up and get your big cards earlier than your opponent, and balance that off with trying to survive until you can get to these points where you can restabilize again at the high mana costs. And I definitely not quite got the balance right with this deck, but we're not a million miles away from it with this one. Anyway, that'll do it for this episode, YouTube. If you enjoyed it, why not leave a like, comment, subscribe? Everything helps me out. Let's see you next time. Bye!